welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. We're going to ignore how I look because I just got out of the shower. But today I thought I'd do like a get to know me kind of thing, kind of answering some questions while I get ready for the day. Hence the look. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my full name. My full name is Emily Ruth Bishop, and I was born on October 5th, 2005, making me 18 years old. First question is, what is your favourite way to spend a weekend? I love literally doing nothing. I think being at school, I'm no longer at school, I should say. I've finished my A-levels, I'm now on my summer holiday. Yeah, so when I was at school, I was always doing a lot, so I think literally doing nothing was my favourite way to spend a weekend. Obviously I go to church on Sundays, I'm a Christian, if I hadn't already mentioned that. All the mindfulness things that people tell you to do, that's like read a book, do this, do that, that would take mental effort for me to do. So to sort of reset my brain and everything, I literally just needed to like zonk and do nothing. Do you enjoy what you do for a living? I mean, I don't really do anything for a living right now. I have 3 different jobs. So I work as a dance teacher, I work as a cleaner temporarily, kind of temping, covering people, which I enjoy that. It's kind of fairly easy work. I can just put my headphones in and just like jam out. And I work as a babysitter as well, and the kids I babysit are really nice, so I guess I do. I don't do it for a living. I'm kind of building up some money before I go to drama school. So yeah, I'd say you enjoy it, yeah. What's a book that you'd recommend? I mean, I'm gonna give my standard Christian answer and go the Bible. Great book, highly recommend. A non-fiction one. No, that is non-fiction, a fiction book. I really love The Queen's Gambit. I think that's an incredible book. That's one of my favourite books of all time. I think if you're an actor, Giles Terrera's, I think that's how you pronounce the name, Giles Terrera. His book Hamilton and Me is kind of a journal about his time in Hamilton, and as an aspiring actor, I found that really, really interesting, so I highly recommend that book. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I think I'll have to go night owl. I don't always stay up late, but I tend to stay up later and enjoy it more than when I wake up early. I hate getting up early. Like, if it means I have more time to do things in the morning, great. The actual act of waking up early, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me if I've woken up early, because it will not be a pleasant experience for either of us. What's your dream job? It's to be an actress. I've wanted to be an actor since I was very young. Primarily, I want to do musical theatre. I love musical theatre. I have such a passion for it. So I want to do musical theatre. But kind of away from that, I'm not really picky. I want to do a lot and experience loads of different art forms, loads of different mediums, like plays, physical theatre. I like musical theatre, feels like the passionate side of me. I think plays and like physical theatre feels like the creative side of me. I want to try and experience that as much as possible. For sure. Do you have any pets? That's an easy one. No. I wanted pets as a kid. I was desperate for pets. I think like different pets would come to me in different hyperfixations. So there was a time where I really wanted a puppy. Then I wanted geckos and lizards. There was a time where I was obsessed with guinea pigs and wanted guinea pigs. Right now I don't really want a pet because I'm about to move out, so it wouldn't be practical. I think when I'm older, for sure, I want pets if I can afford it. Just because I think animals are so cute. Do you consider yourself more of an introvert or an extrovert? This one's quite an interesting one. I would say I'm an introverted extrovert. Would I? I don't know, because I think in the right situation, I'm very much an extrovert, and I think I was much more of an extrovert when I was a kid. Like, I was a very loud, bubbly kid that kind of had to be the centre of attention. I think as I've gotten older, and I think as social anxiety settled in, I think I've just become a little bit more of an introvert, and I actually really enjoy spending time alone, which sounds really sad, but I really enjoy it. But I do also enjoy like going out sometimes and meeting new people, so I think I'm constantly moving along the spectrum, so And I think I'm either an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. One of the two. What goal are you working towards right now? I would say kind of bettering myself and bettering my mental health. Because I've been on a real journey with my mental health. I think this last year has been incredibly formative and very shaping of my personality and who I am. And I think I'm finally coming to a better place with my mental health, and like learning to accept myself and who I am. I'm learning to kind of love and nurture the difficult parts about myself that I don't really like. So I think my goal right now is kind of figuring out more who I am and working on like bettering myself, so like mentally, physically, all of that jazz. Because I think I want to have these kinds of things either secure or in the works when I move away, because I think when I move away I'm prepared to have a massive existential crisis, and I want to at least be somewhat secure in who I am so that it doesn't like take too much out of me, essentially. What subjects, current events or courses are you passionate about? Right, this is really hard because I'm neurodivergent, so I have a load of hyperfixations. So this is constantly changing. I would say I have a massive passion for acting. And like I really love studying acting and different methods, and I like love reading about it, learning about different styles of theatre, like that whole medium. I love it so much and I could ramble about it for days. I'm also a dancer. I love to dance. Like that's just a really great way for me to move my body. I use it a little bit as therapy, but I always say dance is either therapy or it's my reason for therapy. There's no in between. Subjects, current event courses. I don't know if there are any current events that I'm passionate about. I don't get involved too much in politics and current events. Like I take somewhat of an interest, but I find that the news generally just upsets me, and like I know that's a good thing and it shows that I'm caring about it, but in terms of I don't want to be really upset and like have things like sitting on my heart all day, so I don't tend to look at the news too much. Like I try to keep up to date on what's happening, but other than that I don't take a massive interest, which people are gonna hate, but I think that's just the best thing for me. Politics doesn't interest me in general. Again, I try to take a healthy level of interest in it. Obviously I'm old enough to vote, so I try to take a healthy level of interest so that I am using my rights well. What's an experience that significantly shaped who you are today? This is one that I always talk about. I feel weird waving a hairbrush around. This is one I always talk about, and it's because it has left a massive lasting impression on me. And that was last year. I was in my first play called Henry I. I was in the ensemble for it. Essentially, it was a play about the King Henry I. It's an original, it's not Shakespeare. And I was in the community ensemble for it. So they had like, the company doing it had a pipeline project because it was centered around kind of Reading's history. They wanted people of Reading in it to kind of play the people of Reading at the time and like observe what was happening, which I thought was a really cool idea. So I got the opportunity to do that, which was incredible. As a girl who's been obsessed with Carrie Hope Fletcher for the last like 4 or 5 years and like watched loads of vlogs wanting to be part of that world, to actually be allowed to step into it was an incredible experience. And I felt for the first time that actually I was with people who kind of thought the same way as me, who worked the same way as me, and it was just so incredible, and it really motivated me to carry on chasing acting and like chase after the goals I want, not be deterred to go after things really. And I met loads of incredible people through that as well. And actually it's through that I actually am going to the drama school I'm going to now, because the drama school I'm going to, somebody in the play went to, and I don't think I would have known about that drama school had I not met him. Which is a very, yeah, it's one of those butterfly effect moments. It's like, if I hadn't done that play, I wouldn't know about this drama school, I wouldn't have applied, I wouldn't be going, kind of thing. I think it has really significantly shaped my life, for sure. What are the qualities you look for in a relationship? For me, communication is a big thing because as someone who I will oftentimes misinterpret things, or I'll find that what I've been said has been misinterpreted. So communication is a big one to me because I hate not knowing, I hate not understanding. I want to be able to know things, and I found that the most difficult situations I've been put in have been through a lack of communication because of miscommunication. So communication is a big thing for me in any relationship, like any form of relationship. Communication is a massive thing for me. What is your love language? For a while now I've thought it was physical touch, and I still do think it is. I find like little touches so important. So it's not always like the big things of like hugging and like holding someone, but I find like the little touches, like the little things of appreciation, just like touching someone on the arm, on the shoulder, like just like the little ones are so important to me. But I think words of affirmation is a big one because, like I said, communication's a big thing for me. So actually being told things and like hearing validation from another person is a big thing for me. And also I'm working on like personal validation, but yeah, words of affirmation is a big one as well. I think when I did the test, last time I did the test, they pretty much came out as even. I did arms in the gym today, so this is so painful. Do you listen to any podcasts? I do from time to time. I only really tend to listen to podcasts when there is a guest on who I know, so like some of my favourite actors, comedians, things like that. So I only really listen to podcasts when I know who's in it. So some of my favourites are Diary of a CEO. I know I'm basic, I apologise. Bryden and, so that's Rob Brydon, and he'll invite special guests on. One of my favourites with him is with Arthur Darvill. I think that one's great. How to Fail, that's what it's called. I found that very interesting. Yeah, so I listened to Andrew Scott on that. Oh, and Dr. Mike's podcast to check out. That one's great as well. What is your latest guilty pleasure? Recently, it's been going back and watching vlogs from like 10 years ago. So like Zoella, Alfie Days, like the OG Brit crew. Going back and watching the vlogs that I used to watch in 2014 has been a guilty pleasure recently. Gosh. Oh, I'm having regrets. It's fine. Future Emily can deal with it. What was your favourite subject in school? That one's a hard one because it would always rotate depending on which subject I was having the least amount of grief from. It was always usually musical drama, although music was sometimes really hard, and I didn't always enjoy it. Like, I loved the teachers were incredible, but I didn't always enjoy the subject as much. So yeah, drama was pretty good though, but I think especially at GCSE level my class really annoyed me, so drama wasn't always a favourite either. Yeah, there's not really a favourite in there. They all kind of all pissed me off at some point or another. What was your least favourite food as a kid? Easy, Marmite. It still is. I can't understand anybody who likes Marmite. You are insane if you do. I'm sorry, feel free to unsubscribe, but you are insane if you like Marmite. There's no if, buts, or maybes. What was your dream job as a child? I said actor earlier. I think my first dream job though, I wanted to be a princess. I think this was around the time William and Kate got married. I wanted to be a princess. And then I wanted to be a mermaid actress because I knew mermaids weren't real, so I had to be a mermaid on the stage and be a mermaid actress. And then I think after that I wanted to be on Doctor Who, which I think is where the acting thing kind of stemmed from, was I was absolutely desperate to be in Doctor Who, so I had to be a Doctor Who actress and nothing else. I could only be on Doctor Who. What is your favourite season and what does it remind you of? My favourite season is autumn, not only because my birthday is in autumn, but I love the colours, the warm kind of orange, browns, reds. I love it. I love the clothes. I love Gilmore Girls, but also like it's the kind of time where you can get a little bit more cozy and you can wear your warm clothes, but it's not too cold outside, you know, like it's just perfect. Is there anything you're afraid you won't accomplish? I think a part of me is worried that I won't ever be on the West End or in a musical, because I watch musicals and I'm like, I don't have that talent, and people are gonna be like, but you're going to drama school. I'm going to drama school for acting, which doesn't necessarily mean that I can't do musical theatre off the back of that. I just think that I want to try and get musical theatre training as well, because I think at the moment my odds of getting on the West End are very, very slim, so I want to try and give myself every possible chance I've got out to be in a West End musical or to be on tour. Would you call yourself brave? I guess so. I'm not brave in like some things, like I'm not a massive adrenaline seeker. You won't see me, you know, bungee jumping anytime soon. However, I think I am brave just because of the lifestyle I've chosen. Like, I think to be an actor you do have to be some kind of brave. So yeah, I guess I would. What is your favourite nickname someone has given you and how did you get it? My friends all call me Evie, and I know they're going to be watching this, I know they're going to be happy that I'm bringing it up. Yeah, my friends all call me Evie because my name is Emily Bishop, so E and B, my initials, people have just started calling me Evie, and it's just kind of stuck, and I think most of my friends now call me Evie. And I think I will be called Evie until the day I die. Even if I get married, even if I change my name, they've assured me I will still be called Evie. Do you enjoy being somewhere no one else knows you? No. I have social anxiety. So, if I'm somewhere where nobody knows me, I'm not going to go up to someone and introduce myself because that's terrifying. I will wait for someone to come and talk to me. And I know this because I've been in many a situation over the last year or so, doing drama school auditions, being in places where nobody knows me, and I've just sat quietly and waited for someone to talk to me rather than actually going up and talking to people, and that's kind of left me on my own, lonely, little lonely me. What is the worst song in your opinion? Fairy Tale of New York, that one Christmas song. It's like country. I hate it. They just sound drunk, which I'm sure they probably are, but it sounds just out of key. I don't get it at all. I don't think it's a good song. There. What is a skill you've always wanted to learn? I've always wanted to be able to do like gymnastic skills, because growing up I had friends who would do gymnastics and like be able to do handstands and cartwheels and the splits, and I'm like, I can't do that. So like, I'd love to be able to do a handstand, cartwheel. I'm nearly at my splits. We're getting there, people. So yeah, like just the basic gymnastic skills I'd love to be able to do. What are you most excited about for the future? I think the fact that I'm going to be living in Camden next year. So like, Camden is somewhere I've always wanted to go but never had the chance to. So I think the fact that I'm going to be living there next year is going to be incredibly exciting, because it's incredibly like culturally diverse. There's so much like new art and new theatre being produced in that region. I think the fact that I'm going to be in London as well is incredibly exciting. I think the fact that like I'm going to be in this place that I've fantasized about living in for ages, and like being the centre of the artistic scene, being in the centre of like the acting scene in musical theatre land is going to be so exciting. It just feels like the whole world is just like going to open up for me, and I cannot wait. Coffee or tea? Coffee, every single day. I've never been able to get on board with tea. I haven't tried like a bog standard tea yet though, I need to, but I've tried like fruit tea, and I think the fact that I grew up with squash, I grew up drinking squash, tea just feels wrong. And I love coffee. I love trying new flavours of coffee and like different styles, so like cappuccino, latte, iced coffee. I love it all. I just can't do black coffee. Do you consider yourself a people pleaser? Yes, massively. I am one of the world's biggest people pleasers. I mean, I say that, I still do push back against authority from time to time, but I kind of, for a while, I've lived for the validation of others, and I think I'm finally beginning to get to the point where I don't have to as much. I'm kind of living for my own validation and the validation of Christ, which is all you need, really. Why are pizzas usually round? I think it's because I'm gonna go with the answer that I was about to say you always get crust if it's round and you don't if it's a rectangle, but actually you do still get crust if it's a rectangle. I think because it's a circle, it's just easier to cut, maybe, and you can get more slices out of it. But I'm just thinking you can do the same with a rectangle. A triangle is just easier to eat. That is an interesting question. Leave it in the comments. Why are pizzas round? What is the most annoying musical instrument? Right, I have a music A level. Well, I don't yet, but I'm about to have a music A level. I think I'm like qualified to talk about this. Violins and like any kind of string instrument are annoying when someone is first learning to play them. But I feel like that's true with any instrument. But violins in particular they sound horrible when someone is first learning to play them, but they are gorgeous once you know what you're doing with it. So I think that's irritating. Trombones are cool, but the people who play them are sometimes annoying. I've been in orchestras, I can tell you this. Trumpet players are also really annoying. I myself being one of them. Harps are just inconvenient, as are drum kits. What part of the driver's test do you most like to fail? All of it. I haven't learned to drive yet. It's something that I kind of want to do. Like, I'd like to have the independence of I can just drive, but honestly I don't think I need it right now. I feel like the knowledge might be alright. I'm good with like learning things when I need to. I'm just like, again, I'm neurodivergent. I will just forget that I'm driving when I'm driving, and yeah. I have like intrusive thoughts, and I think I would probably act on some of them when I'm driving. What do you think people will be nostalgic for in 500 years? I don't know. Maybe a keyboard? Because, as in like on a computer and on my phone, because I think by then we probably will have got speech to text sorted so that we don't need to type anything. So I think people might be nostalgic for that. I'm like, all I can think about right now is WALL-E and like how they live in WALL-E, and I'm using that as like, that's what we'll be in 500 years. Trees. That's a little bit depressing. Maybe jobs. Because I feel like AI and robots are slowly taking over the world, so maybe we'll actually be nostalgic for working. I don't know. Is that depressing? Maybe a little bit. Anyway, I now need to leave the house. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for getting to know me. I'm sorry that I ramble on a lot. I'm about to head to drama school, so a lot of the videos coming up over the next months or so we'll be prepping for that. So do subscribe if you want to see more of that. Leave a comment saying what you want to see me do next, and leave a comment telling me why pizza's around. I want to know. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!